Hey guys, it's Israel back again with Heavy Metal Reptiles, and I actually finally got the sunbeam, well, one of my sunbeam snakes in a video. I got him a month or two ago, I think, and I've kind of been working with them. They were pretty beat up when I got them. He's got, if you look, if I can get the camera to see it, maybe, right there on his forehead. Nope, I'm not going to. Nope, you're gonna do everything besides what. There's like a scab on his forehead still, right there. You can kind of see it. That he had when we got him. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on him. Him and, this is Rob Zombie. Sherry Moon is still in quarantine. They both are. And I'm just kind of working on getting them fixed up. Usually I only do like a 6-week quarantine, and I think I've had them for about 6 weeks, but they're probably going to stay in quarantine longer just until visibly they're all back to normal and things. There's still some messed up parts of the scales and stuff I want to make sure is fixed, and it's nothing that's like reoccurring that I'm going to have to worry about. But yeah, if you've seen any of my shorts, you know that they kind of have the rainbow iridescence when they're in the light. It's really beautiful in the sun. But we're going to use him today to talk about if you can tame your pet snake or not, which is a terrible example because these guys they don't like to be out a lot, but they really don't like bite or anything. As far as I know, there's not a lot of people that's been bit by them, but they're definitely more of a higher level keeper's snake, I would say. Not because of anything other than their requirements are strict. So if stuff falls out of what it's supposed to be, it can be deadly pretty much for the snake. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump in, and I'm going to let you know if you can tame your pet snake or not. So, no, you can't tame a snake. It's kind of like I tell everybody, you're keeping a predator as a pet. These guys are more of a predator style animal, if you will. They hunt and kill prey. These guys, depending on your species of snake, your ball pythons are more of a defensive snake when it comes to predators, but they're still a predator. When like your king snake's more of a fight or flight type snake. They're gonna fight until the bitter end because that's just what they do. These guys, they burrow, so they're gonna kind of run from the predators and things underground, obviously, and find their food sources and things normally by coming up for a little bit hunting. Some they can hunt underground even and do their stuff that way. But you're still talking a predator in captivity. These guys are wild animals with wild instincts. It's like, can I tame a lion? No, you can't. The reason why you cannot tame these is just because of their pure instinct. It's their instinct to hunt and kill. This snake doesn't want to be held by me. I like to hold it, and I'm sure it tolerates me holding it. The same with the ball pythons. They don't want to be held. These guys are driven off of pure instinct, and their instinct is to hunt, survive, and just live, exist. So when it comes down to it, your snake doesn't care if you feed it every week. It doesn't care if you're giving it a place to stay. It will bite you. It will have instincts that if it's put in a situation, it'll attack you if it feels the need. It's just what it is. So, yeah. So what actually happens when someone says they tamed their snake is actually they have created a trust between the person and the snake, where the snake's recognizing that the person has held it multiple times or for long periods of times and not hurt it. You've let it explore and check things out without it getting hurt. It's part of the reason why I don't like to get bit by my snakes, is I feel like it kind of breaks that trust that the snake has with me. So it's not actually that the snake is being tamed. It's actually that the snake is just tolerating and understanding that you're not going to hurt it. And it doesn't mean that the snake won't ever bite you or do anything that could hurt you. It's not to scare you, it's just reality. Your ball python's going to snap at you once or twice in its life, I promise you, even if it's an accident from food. Doesn't mean they're bad snakes, doesn't mean I wouldn't recommend those. But they definitely are a instinct-driven animal. I mean, that's just what they are. And all snakes are like that, and all snakes are going to have points and moments where they might snap at you. You just can't tame these things. You're not going to take these snakes and sleep in bed with them. You're not going to take these snakes and put them in your kid's bed. You're going to just hang out with them and put them back in their cage and make sure that they are, taken care of. They have proper humidities and things, and you get them out and play with them and just know that there's a risk that you're going to get bit, and that's just what it is. You guys should know that, I feel like, as a reptile owner. Until you get into bigger snakes, it's not a big deal. When you start talking reticulated and berms and things like that, there's things that you need to do to limit your chances of getting hurt. So, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to number 3, section 3, I guess. So this is just kind of something that will help you gain trust with your animal. It won't necessarily help you tame it. Like I said, they can't be tamed, but it will help this snake realize that you're not going to hurt them. So number 1 is light handling. Don't go and get your snake out for 6 hours right off the rip and expect your snake not to get irritated and annoyed with you. And it gives you a lot of time to make a mistake and hurt the snake, which will make it struggle with gaining the trust of the snake. The other thing is just recognizing that these things can't be tamed, that you have to respect this animal. If this animal doesn't want to be out, this animal showing signs of aggression, or this animal just isn't really feeling the whole person keeping me 6 feet up off the ground or however tall you are, respect that and let the animal stay in its cage. It will come out eventually, but you don't want to really force the snake into having to be out to deal with you. And then schedule. I benefit, I think, a lot from schedule handling. Get them out once, twice a week, consecutively every week, for a certain amount of time. Start small, work big, until you gain that trust and you really don't have any fear of your snake. Like, some of mine are still tense with me. Baphomet's a bad one. He gets tense with me sometimes still. But, I mean, it's just him as a snake. And we've all seen Courtney. I've had her for a long time now. I say a long time, but it's been like a year and a half. Or a year, something like that. I don't know. And she's a firecracker. I've worked with her and worked with target training and everything else. Like I said, you can't tame them. I recognize when she's not in the mood to come out, and that's my best chance of not getting bit. So I get her out, I play with her, hang out, try and get her used to my handling and things, and then we put her back and wait for her next day. She kind of dictates her own schedule, because if I were to force her out on a schedule, she would get really mad, and it wouldn't matter if I had her out for 10 seconds or 10 minutes, I'm gonna get bit. I mean, that's just how she is, and I recognize that. I respect my snake and work with her on it. So, yeah. So this is just, again, like one of my opinions. I don't believe you can tame your snake. I'll give you my reasons why, and I hope you can take something from it, and I hope that you guys, take good care of your snakes and respect them and how they're feeling when you get them out. Respect their instincts, and just respect that these guys are a wild animal. You should be keeping them in captivity the way they thrive and not just survive. You should be giving them a better home in your house than what they would in the wild. and that they can live long periods of time, longer than what they would in the wild, because they're still prey for a lot of other types of animals. Even though they are a predator themselves, they have predators for them. So, yeah, like I said, don't go out and getting a snake thinking you're going to puppy dog tame it and it's going to be the greatest snake in the world. It's going to hang out and go on road trips with you and sleep in the hotel room bed with you, and because it's not going to happen. It never will happen. Yeah. Anyways, rock on, my friends. I'll wait. Like, subscribe, and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that in the description. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, rock on, my friends. I'll see you guys in the next video.